Alert! 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 We've got a big one, guys. Okay, my fellow commentators, who here is familiar with anything involving to do with the story Peter Pan written by J.M. Barrie or any adaptation off of it whatsoever?
Sadly, I am.
I'm familiar with the original book, the Fox TV show, and the Disney movie, and the 2003
I also watched
movie.
the Tatsunoko anime, I think it was.
The Tatsunoko anime is fine, but the Fox TV show is better.
I've seen a handful of adaptations.
Anyway.
And Dibs, what about you?
I don't think I watched the Disney one, so to be honest, the most experience I've had with Peter Pan is this film.
Oh yeah, and Hook.
Right,
I also saw Hook. I forgot about Hook.
Alright, so good, guys. So I want you to basically take all knowledge you have of Peter Pan and throw it out the window like that.
Ow.
Oh joy!
Yeah, it was released in 2015, and it was directed by Joe Wright, who had experience with films, but not big budget blockbusters.
You would say that he wasn't right about this one.
I'm
still myself out for the same window.
And was written by Jason Fuchs, who
Jason Fox.
I know.
Jason Fox.
Yeah, it's just too easy to make that joke.
The same guy who wrote for Terminator 3, but also did help write for Wonder Woman.
And he wrote Ice Age Continental, or co-wrote Ice Age Continental Drift.
Was he a co-writer?
And he was, and he was in La La Land as a small character.
Basically, this was a black box film. What's a black box film? A black box film is basically something that a writer writes, but then puts away for varying reasons. Could be that, maybe it won't work. Could be it's a bit too cliche for the time era. And in cases like this, I'm wondering if it's because he wrote it while he was high and decided, yeah, maybe I shouldn't show this to my big-time bosses. No one will ever bring this back.
And then someone...
I was kidding!
Yeah, so someone at Warner Brothers saw it and is like, this will kickstart our new kids franchise.
Totally.
And this was also a Christmas movie, too.
In October.
It came out in some places in December.
I'm gonna check in the meantime. Anyway, we'll drag this about long enough.
So start at the Warner Brothers logo.
Alright, then. Go ahead.
3, 2, 1... click.
But
and it's one of those specially customized Warner Brothers logos with black and white.
But about Warner Brothers trying to use this to launch a new kids franchise, did it work? Well, no.
Kinda, but actually no. Okay, I'll be quite honest. When this film was marketed, I and so many other people thought, wait, this looks like a Disney film. And trust me, you'll see what I mean in full-fledged force. Also, Blitz, I do believe you've got quite a bit of information on this movie, behind the scenes.
Narration.
Well, by the way, that's Amanda Seyfried doing the narration, I believe. Anyway.
The pirate who wanted to kill him, remember that.
And the crocodile,
yeah. Anyway, there is when it comes to casting, okay, I'll save the casting bit for later, but there was a certain bit of controversy regarding some of the casting in the film. But again, we'll get there when we get there. And also, I was about to say, this film had a bit of a scoring issue as well. The film was originally meant to be scored by Joe Wright's regular go-to guy, Dario Marianelli. But during test screenings, Warner Brothers decided, the score needs to go. So they dragged in John Powell and.
Do give John Powell credit here. The soundtrack for this movie is pretty good and will not leave you bored, because that's the last thing this movie is boring.
Yeah.
It's the best thing in the film.
So basically,
this is an origin story of all things.
Yep, an origin story. And to be fair, it's not the first time we had, a prequel about Peter Pan. We had stuff like Peter Pan and the Star Chasers.
We have that flashback in Hook.
But I thought the origin story was during World War One, not World War Two.
It's very confusing. It's funny because the Disney sequel to the Disney movie actually set in World War II. So
yep. Yeah. And believe it or not, this movie actually does something better than that movie. But we'll get to that soon enough. So, Shiroi, what's your experience with Peter Pan overall, aside from,
I said earlier, I've seen a handful of of adaptations, and this once before.
Yeah, I wanna come out and make it clear. So far, I'm not a big fan of the story in general. Not so much for the themes they try to do, but I honestly think there are better stories that do the whole escapism is bad type of story, like Where the Wild Things Are. So,
I think it's
I don't know.
enjoyable enough, but it's not amazing.
Referring to the original story, yeah.
Okay, this film was one of my big guilty pleasures of 2015, more so than Jupiter Ascending, if I'm going to be honest.
So of course Peter gets
although
dropped.
I am not,
To an
yeah.
orphanage.
although I am not ashamed to admit it's a crap movie, but yeah.
And of course
It
it's
looks
called
like DA is
Pan.
about to shoot everyone else. So because
Yeah.
the pamphlet looks like a machine gun.
So basically, Peter as a baby got dropped off in an orphanage by his mother named Mary.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Yes, folks, it's going to be one of those types of films. But
Yeah,
don't
Joe said
worry,
that
we'll have
right
plenty
there,
of
World
time
War
to joke
II.
on that later. But yeah, World War II now.
Also, get it, he has a pan flute keychain.
Yeah, it's called, but the movie's called Pan, and I guess this was meant to him becoming the Pan. And
Well, to be
Because
fair,
Pan
remember,
God.
Dweebs, that's disgusting.
Gruel.
So yeah, since we're in England and with his orphanage, of course he has to be the shittiest shithole possible. With nuns.
Like, guys,
and the leader of them is the most stereotypical Irish.
Also,
nun you can think of.
Oliver Twist reference, of all things.
yeah, Oliver Twist tends to influence a lot of views on old-day English orphanages.
Like, don't get me wrong, I know that especially back in the day, till today, but also back in the day, a lot of orphanages were subject of abuses, lots of abuses. But this is treating it like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh, funny you mention that, because this may actually make Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates look dignified by comparison, and that was an actual Saturday morning cartoon. Although, to be quite honest, Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates is one of the best
So,
adaptations and
leave
expansions of the
Androva,
stories
I
I've
guess.
seen.
Who's playing this young Peter fellow?
Levy Miller.
Levy Miller. He's actually from Australia. From
An Australian playing a
I know
Brit.
it's a bit
How about
early to
that?
ask, but is he still having a career after this?
Yeah, I mean the biggest.
Oh,
film
it was a wrinkle in time. Okay, the poor
Yes.
son is not gonna have a future. Okay.
yeah.
Literally.
Poor kid. The biggest films he's been in have both been box office flops.
But hey, he got to be in
Ah.
Supergirl.
So
Please don't
basically,
even-
he's the new Noah, whatever, I forgot his last name.
Noah
The-
Ringer.
Noah Ringer, yeah.
Well, no, actually, I think Levy Miller's a much better actor, if I'm honest.
Yep, the nuns are hoarding the rations. So Peter, being the
Well, what
ever
about-
lovable scamp he's gonna try and form a plan to show them what's what.
Oh, and also, me and Jova were like one of the 10 people throughout the entire world who actually saw this film in the cinema.
Also, Dweebs, what if the big plot twist is that this is in the same continuity as The Darkest Tower?
Funny you shouldn't mention that to you.
Hey,
So,
that's
yeah,
what
of
they did
course-
in a Peter Pan movie. Nazis!
World War II. Okay, so they're going off to try and find out where exactly the grub is during an air raid.
Well,
Perfect timing.
were you to judge, Dweebs?
Well, I
According-
wouldn't go looking for food. during
According
an
to
air raid.
Helsing, the young queen back then was actually having an affair with an immortal vampire, so...
Of course. Oh, speaking of which, congrats, your lives on the royal wedding.
Sure.
Okay.
Also, Peter, you want to break that thing with a... Yeah.
19,
I'm happy.
20.
Uh-oh.
Of course. But wait, she counted only 20. Shouldn't there also be another guy she's not counting in?
That's what she noticed, that she didn't
Also-
count enough.
There you
Funnily
go.
enough, the film wasn't meant to come out in October. It was meant to be released in June of 2015, but they shifted it to avoid Ant-Man and Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
Yes, folks, like Jova mentioned, the religious symbolism is... Well, to say that it's in your face is an euphemism.
It's literally in your face.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Because
Twisting the
don't
nose
you...
of a Virgin Mary statue opens up a vault. Boo.
Any
No
comments on
comments.
that? Of course. I mean, because we all know the Virgin Mary's nose was.
Oh no, guys, I got it. The reason why this is set in World War II is that the Joe Wright could shout desperately to the world, "I want to make that Winston Churchill film, please."
Oh,
Which he
poor
did 2
Joe
years
Wright.
later. Which he did 2 years later.
And
Oh.
it was actually more successful, thank God.
Yeah. I'll give
Well,
Joe Wright.
it helps that Darkest Hour didn't cost nearly as much as this film did.
Yeah, I will give Joe Wright this. I honestly do think he genuinely wanted to make a good movie, even with some of the more controversial decisions he made for this movie. We'll get to those later.
Also, what? Oh, shoes.
The
Okay.
archives.
Oh, the archives.
So now Peter can maybe find out about his heritage.
Yeah, I'm
Just-
sorry. How is this kid that well knowledgeable at this age?
Don't you see?
Even-
It's all in the locket.
Even if he's clever, he hasn't received any proper, education. How is he that smart?
Oh, yeah, he found his file.
For,
Although,
well, Teo, for the same
Peter
reason, he got his intelligence for the same place that the kid from the Book of Harry got it from.
Look at this.
Uh,
He's piecing together a fucking letter. It's like
Peter
the late
can't- Peter can't read.
Apparently, he gets it from his. Well, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, read it aloud, you.
You sod.
Yeah, basically, I love
Everything
you
happens
and
with a
always.
purpose.
Yeah, I love you always. Basically, that's what the letter's saying.
You see, Peter, it turns out the world has gone to utter crap. Like, they honestly think Kristen Stewart looks cuter and is more nicer than me. Poor Amanda Seyfried. But hey, maybe things will get better in that sequel.
That was Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried. I'm talking about Twilight.
All right.
Oh,
Also, was there a cut there?
no.
Looks like it. Whoa.
It's the evil nun, played by Kathy Burke.
There we go.
Hey, children who dream of their mothers coming back.
Why do
Really
you
nothing
even
but,
tell it this?
Little flights of fancy, no?
See what I mean? She's a Saturday morning cartoon character.
Yeah,
No, well, sure,
she's
totally.
a stereotypical Irish
David
nun.
Cage wrote this?
Yes, it's like when it comes to old timey British orphanages, like all of the staff are assholes
Yeah.
in any work of fiction.
Are your orphanages really that horrible?
Well, I don't think we
I
have
would hope
orphanages anymore.
not.
I don't think we have orphanages anymore.
Like,
What?
I
Oh,
guess,
they were-
like I mentioned,
well,
We
Pedro,
do. We do EBS. They're called care homes.
Oh, right.
I mean,
like I told you before, Pedro, like, I very rare cases of abuse, yeah, but it's how the movie represents them,
Yeah, like you said, it's like she's like a cartoon villain.
Oh, Paige, Tio, apparently the writer has actually been in a few video games, including Red Dead Revolver.
Oh, let me check. Oh, yeah, just,
He's an actor too. And
yeah, he
judging
also
from this, I
did
think
Mafia.
yeah, and judging from this film, okay, I'm not sure about Wonder Woman because that film had multiple writers. Strictly on this film, since he's the only credited writer, maybe he should stick to acting.
no, he's definitely a better writer than this.
Hold
I've
on, you're
seen-
about to get to
oh.
one of the most stupid things that this origin story could do.
Yep, that flag.
Taking
The-
a
the-
cue from the sequel to the Disney Peter Pan movie,
The nuns are in cahoots with the pirates.
and
No,
we're actually
guys, that would
we're
just
actually
be
handling
good.
children to them on a regular basis. But it's not even the most baffling thing. Just watch.
Yeah, look at how they take them.
Spooky. Not
Well,
really though.
But first of all, we got to have Joe Wright showing off his camera skills.
Notice my directing, please, I beg you. There you go, Ninja Pirates.
Uh-huh.
Are you sure this wasn't meant to be an anime?
Oh, it gets even better, guys. Not just any ninja pirates. Kabuki ninja pirates.
Sure, why not?
The ones that somehow managed to make no noise.
How?
I don't know. It's pretty noisy.
Remember,
noisy.
they're in cahoots with the nuns, so the nuns just let this happen and are never under investigation for
No,
this.
this is never elaborate upon. Like, we just have to accept the fact that the nuns sometime, I guess, actually met the pirates and actually struck a deal with them about getting the kids on a regular basis.
And again, somehow they are never under investigation for this. No one ever realizes, you kind of have a shortage of boys.
To be fair, I suppose that thanks to the war, the British government had other things to do.
It's funny you mentioned that, Tio, considering a scene that's coming up.
Oh, that's right, about that. I also questioned it the first time that I watched this movie. But question, what is about to happen? Because I forgot, it's been a while since I watched it.
Oh, she's about to kick him in the crotch.
Did it also happen in the sequel, in the Return to Neverland?
No, it was just Jane that got kidnapped.
No, but I mean, what is about to happen, the interactions between...
Oh, that's a little... Let's just say that's a point of contention that I'm going to bring up when we get to that. And now the music. We are now officially in a Looney Tunes movie.
Yeah, John Powell goes nuts.
And I'll give John Powell credit, the music could not have been more fitting for what's about to happen. Because, ladies and gentlemen, from here on, the movie is about to lose its mind.
Oh, yeah, but it's the butler off Cinderella.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Oh, so yeah, the first time I watched this movie was like, wait, is the British aviation, division just letting this thing go, especially after a raid?
No.
Well, that's like the flying cars in Harry Potter.
It's from Warner Brothers.
Also, we're having this whimsy while watching the destruction that the Nazi did.
Our police force are just really, really bad at noticing flying objects.
Hang on, wait. It's an air raid and you're playing Battleship.
Oops.
What the fuck?
So, yeah, apparently the British Royal Flying Service now actually do witness this, and they're gonna try and save the boys.
They're actually accepting the fact that there's a huge fucking pirate galleon.
Like, I just love how everyone in that military room took it seriously. Also, of course, we're playing Battleship Dweebs. It's literally a flying ship.
Ugh.
Like...
And even the Nazis are reacting to it.
Okay, another plot twist. This is actually in continuity with that Doctor Who.
Okay. Okay, now that was kind of a realistic reaction.
About it.
Come again, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sorry, I cannot... these mood dissonance when we're having this right after a Nazi bombardment...
How are their trains running during an air raid?
It's very charring, to say the least.
And the planes are shooting at the ship. Again, the music is incredibly fitting.
Now,
sure, Roy, that must have been quite a historic moment, that day when England, when a flying ship was found flying over the skirts of Britain?
I guess.
We were all asleep. We didn't see shit.
How can we sleep for an air raid?
So that's how this never got documented then.
Yeah, it was actually, no one believed it. The
Dweebs, does the MI6 have like a secret department tied to the paranormal stuff?
I don't know.
Oh,
a dick. He only asked if it was his mother. If it was, yeah. I'm pretty sure his mum would be the kind of person to fly in and kidnap random orphans and pay off nuns in a flying pirate ship.
Whoa! And now we're going all Disney World ride on this.
Okay, so we've completely entered into a different movie at this point.
Yeah, Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
Not just that, seriously, how did that galleon manage to be so agile?
Not to mention the galleon is outspeeding the plane that
that's what I mean.
caught fire.
I can understand the whole going into space in order to traverse through the dimension towards Neverland, but being faster than an actual plane?
It's magic.
Sure.
Speaking of magic, so yeah, and then they
Raise the
suffocated.
Final Frontier. You know, it's sad when Treasure Planet actually need to create an explanation how galleons managed to have atmosphere and gravity in space.
And
Yeah,
now the film's tripping.
Chicken.
It's steampunk sci-fi. Rogue Galaxy did that as well.
Yeah, chicken.
That just
Laying
laid
an
an egg in space.
Both.
Dude,
Wow.
this is so tripping. Bye, Peter, you're dying.
Woo.
Also, get it, it's another parallelism when he will eventually be able to fly.
What?
And he's,
Oh,
hey,
God.
It's ending.
He is now an astronaut and
No.
Saturn, you lied to me.
Ah.
What's next? He's gonna whack into Jupiter. Oh, that's 2 crotch hits he's gotten in one
Yeah.
night.
And there we are. Now we're in Neverland.
Not
Okay.
quite yet.
Not just that,
because-
we're essentially now this means Neverland is pretty much a pocket dimension or something.
Like, wasn't it supposed to be inside a star? Actually, so apparently there's a bout of bubbles, freaking bubbles, all around.
Boy, God must have been really high when creating this place.
Hey, look, there's Earth. No, wait, that's just another bubble.
Well, these are the best effects in the whole movie.
Hi,
Yeah,
crocodile.
Yeah.
For the most part, this film has really mediocre or downright awful CGI.
There you go, too. We finally have an explanation on how Blitzball spheres of water work.
Yep. Oh,
the
Oh,
sun
and now
coming
we're,
up.
oh, look, it's Skyloft.
Skyloft. And now we're about to get another crazy moment of the film.
I mean, man, Peter Pan's origin story is quite loopy.
Speaking of loopy,
So, are we in Canada?
Blame Canada. Oh, wait, Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester was in the background there for some reason.
wow! I didn't know the people.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, wow, Canada really got weird, according to Peter.
Yeah, Canada's really developed a Nirvana craze.
Why
Not
this
just that,
song?
didn't this song was in a different time period, something after?
Actually, there is an
World War II?
explanation, but
So-
yes, there's okay. Apparently, the reason they're singing "Smells Like Teen Spirit" in this time and age is because they had like a pirate camp or something, and they were all singing random songs. And when Joe Wright heard them sing "Smells Like Teen Spirit," they went with this.
And I will admit, the renditions of tunes in this classical bout is actually pretty keen and clever. So, of course, the pirates are led by the evil Captain Hook. Oh, wait, no, actually, the leader is not
Blackbeard.
Captain Hook.
To be
It's
fair,
Blackbeard.
this is tied to the Hook actual origin story when he was just a simple sailor under the command of Blackbeard before he defected.
If
And there's- ladies and gentlemen,
only.
The
The
problem
star.
is, again, how it's portrayed here.
This is pretty much the star of the movie, Hugh Jackman.
Yep, that's right, that's Hugh Jackman. I know, I was just as shocked as you were the first time, but hey, he can sing.
Well, he's a theatre actor.
Also, a 90s kid theme. There you go, your reference.
It doesn't even help that I never liked Nirvana to begin with. Ooh, I know heresy,
No,
but
I'm with you, Pedro. Let's just say there's a big
So I
overvaluation.
take you prefer this version more.
Yes, I do.
me as well.
That's actually a thing. I actually prefer quite a few of the versions in this movie of songs. And yes, folks, I said songs. There are several times where they have songs that will not be made yet, remixed, shall we say, in a more
Reminder,
old-fashioned
the
sense.
same. I think wasn't this the same year Suicide Squad came out?
2015.
No, it was a year before.
Yay!
Okay, it is the explanation.
Well, he's not racist.
Yeah, every age and era. So yeah, odds are he went to 1991 and heard this and heard that song over the radio or something.
So it's again this pocket dimension is implied to be connected with every age possible. It's like it's a fucking TARDIS.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
The laws. Ooh.
Lovely.
Okay.
Ooh, can I have some Maltesers?
But Peter doesn't like this because he's, the chosen one.
I cannot decide whether or not I want to be like Johnny Depp's Captain Jack Sparrow or Jason Isaacs' Captain Hook. So I thought I'd merge the two. Like, it sounds like he's trying to Eddie Redmayne his way for this movie.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I like this more than Jupiter Ascending is that there's far more of Hugh Jackman in this film than there is Eddie Redmayne in Jupiter Ascending.
That's
Yeah.
sad.
And I'll admit, this is way closer to being a legit good film than Jupiter Ascending. Why? Well, that'll come around my final thoughts.
Where for once a job that the setting is actually more familiar to begin with.
Yeah.
And what are they mining for, though?
Well, pirates usually need gold and jewels, but
Oh, look,
also,
it's-
that's me.
Yes, it's me.
Totally not trying to be like Bob Hoskins in Hawkers, where are me mom?
He
I don't
actually
know.
does a pretty good one.
I think he's fine, honestly. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And yeah, it's funny you mentioned Hook to you because let's just say this movie kind of references Hook, like, directly. Like, to the point where, are they setting this up to be a
There you go,
prequel for Hook?
pixie dust.
But they call it Pixum here.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, of course they want to use it so that they can fly. Pixum does not make you fly here.
Yeah,
Pixum does something...
it makes you fly, but not in the way that you'd think.
True, just have a flight.
Yeah. It's like I said the first time we did a commentary of this. It doesn't make you fly, but it makes you high.
But we'll talk more about that later.
Yeah.
See,
The purpose of Pixum will become clear a bit later on. And speaking of different interpretations, that's Hook
fresh off of Aragon, it's Garrett,
and Tron Legacy.
who's totally doing an Indiana Jones impression, we swear.
Yeah, that's Garrett Hedlund again.
I'm
Another
surprised.
guy.
Again, I'm surprised he managed to get a career after Aragon.
And in this version, Hook is American.
He's an American cowboy.
Then again, he was also in Tron Legacy, so...
I mean, don't get me wrong, Garrett's a good actor, and you know what he was directed to act like? He does it well. The problem is the character they're going for Hook. Get this, guys, Hook and Peter were once allies.
Although they didn't exactly start off as allies.
Yeah.
So what exactly decides when you get to be a pirate on the actual ships as opposed to being stuck in the mines? I'm totally not setting this up for contrast.
Yeah, see,
kid.
again,
It's
seriously,
Fedora.
there's so much camera winking in this movie. It's
And yet-
so painful.
And yet again, it's like they're making Hook Indiana Jones. Like, seriously, the way he does the
Yeah, even
acting,
the
like, I'll be
hat.
quite honest. If anything, this has convinced me that Garrett would make for a good new Indiana Jones.
Well, unfortunately, he's been in a few box office flops, so that's kind of damaged his chances.
No!
I
The
found
British
some.
mess.
Hey! So he's basically the equivalent of a kill stealer. I guess it makes sense that they have the mentality of kids, and we can assume that they've all been kidnapped.
Ooh. But look at the hand gesture he makes, though, as he's carried off.
Peace! That's the peace symbol, kid. What are you doing?
I think it's a stick goes up your ass.
Mr. Clipboard. Oh my god, they named him after a food fight character.
So is this the angsty version of Peter Pan?
Yes. Oh God, yes.
A little.
A little.
I mean, drugs,
But-
inappropriate hand gestures. Come on, like.
And
Yeah.
but they're having a little bit of trouble with the natives.
Oh, joy. The only thing that Spielberg didn't want to tackle when doing Hulk because he knew better about that.
See, the best portrayal of the natives I've seen are those from like Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates, where the natives get to have their proper show. I think the anime, which did them fine enough, it's been
Jesus. Hugh, please.
Wonder if he's screaming to try and get out of the film.
You know, he kind of does go through the 5 stages of denial, acting-wise, with this
Yeah.
film.
But we're gonna have another pop song now.
Because, of course, we need that.
Oh, yes. Well, we're going to make an example out of my career with this movie.
Yeah, so now now we got Blitzkrieg Bop from the Ramones.
Mm,
You've probably heard it in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
I really don't know. Are we singing? Are we dancing? Are we doing a show tune? Oh.
Also, dubstep noises.
Oh, I guess this is a perfect metaphor
I'll sing
for
along
Levi
then.
Miller's career after
Come on,
this
Peter,
movie.
you just
Oh.
need to do the Luke Skywalker trick and just
Oh.
jump back aboard.
Let's go. Hey, oh, let's go. By the way, you guys can't hear my TV, can you?
No. What accent is he even trying to do?
Like
British.
I said, it's a few. I guess it's British Australian.
Alright, what did the first kid do?
Stealing.
Yeah. Ooh.
He stole from the grain store. But hey,
give us
at least the voting here is democratic.
Totally. Swear me, mom.
Oh yeah.
No.
Not often.
Whee!
So, of course, you need to set an example with Peter.
I love when Sally says this bit. Or do you be nasty?
So I know how these guys would play Undertale.
Yeah.
Oh, this bit coming up.
The bit where Joe Wright's experience with CGI really shows.
Just think of Happy Folks. It'll be the last thing you have on your mind.
Camera winking.
And I'm sure that that's not going to in any way stab me in the back.
Notice my directing.
Yeah, the CGI in this scene. Ugh.
Couldn't a harness have just worked better?
Yeah, just use a
Probably.
harness.
You know, I mean, that's what Peter
It
Pan
looks very
2003
positive.
did.
But, whoops, turns out Peter is
He
floating.
can fly.
Maybe I
You can
shouldn't have
fly,
told
you
him
can
about
fly,
Happy
you can
Folks.
fly, you can fly.
Well, I don't believe it. Look how fake he looks.
Let me see. What was the budget for this movie?
150, yeah, well, $150 million.
Oh God. Let's see. And at the box office, it made $128.4 million.
Yeah, so
And it got panned by the critics really bad.
it was an F word. But yeah, flop. I distinctly remember when Pedro first saw this movie with us, he thought that they were doing the whole thing was a dream thing.
Well, it's the only way this entire thing could possibly make sense.
Oh, but make sense this movie will not, folks, because like I said, that chase you saw with the pirates on the plains, as insane as that was just the start.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, yeah. Hugh Jackman talking about death.
That looks like an Asian outfit you're wearing. You know the smell of the air? That's death.
Yes.
You really need to fire your agent, you.
But that same agent got him to Logan.
True.
Not so much Dwebs. I mean, the reason he got that part long is because, well, he's the Wolverine as far as Fox is concerned. So
Not just
Yeah,
that,
but I think Dweebs is saying that the same
and
agent
Fox
who got
was
him into
convinced to do
X-Men.
R-rated movies thanks to Deadpool, but that's a topic for another
But
day.
hey, he gets some chalk.
Plums,
Oh, goody! This is where the plot really starts to get stupid.
chocolate cake.
Yes, it's scary. Now, would you mind if I'm trying to eat the last caramel you've got here?
This was a trailer shot. What they didn't show was this extra scene coming up.
Took you a while to answer that question.
He's honest though. At least you're being scared.
No. Talking about this jackass.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just gonna drop you off
This
my
is
roof.
awkward.
I get the feeling Hugh Jackman is questioning, why did I sign up for this movie again?
Yeah, he's like decisions.
Because again, folks, pay attention to this scene. Just pay attention, and yes, what you're hearing is actually in the movie. He's
Okay.
giving Peter the sword.
Not even gonna touching that.
Yeah. The film's a generic prophecy story.
Oh, goody.
That's
Wait, keep listening. And I just said, so let me do a recap. You just happen to be a boy who can fly and happens to fulfill this prophecy. You match his very description, and that's your best response, as you don't believe in bedtime stories. Now, am I
Do you
A?
realize what?
again with the camera winking.
Now,
like,
am I A, going to kill you, B, going to test you, or C, try and sway you to my side, or
Like-
D, am I going to just throw you in the dungeon like an idiot?
Again, I'm gonna give cut some slack to J.J. Abrams because this camera winking in this movie is so obnoxious that any potential scenes that he may have had tied to this in the past are forgiven.
At least when J.J. Abrams does fan service, I mean, yeah, it's noticeable, but it's not like this completely like, get it?
Yeah, this is a desperate attempt.
So, basically, guys, Blackbeard just mentioned a prophecy of a kid who would pretty much screw up his plans. Peter matches that, and he does not kill Peter. He doesn't even try to sway Peter over to his side. He just throws him into the dungeon, where he totally
I
won't
doubt this will
escape.
come back to haunt me later on.
Like, just what we mentioned, this old symbolism that all, hey, get it, it's tied to that story. Are we so clever?
I mean, seriously though, how
Warner Bros. Seriously hope to go somewhere with this?
Yes, they were planning to make a franchise out of this. Didn't go so well for them, to say the
What a
least.
surprise.
But I'm sorry, I just cannot let it go. How stupid does your villain have to be when he literally admits that someone matches the description of a child from a prophecy?
You're not
only
supposed
let
to
him
tell
live?
the child, you idiot.
For the record, he has a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes, just for information. What the hell is that accent? Oh.
Don't worry, I survived.
Okay, thanks, bye. And again, the character that looks like Indiana Jones is about to do this rescue operation in a mine where kids are being abused. Never saw that before. Also, this green screen was terrible.
Why did that shot even need to be green screen anyway?
Because, Dwibs, we have to immerse the audience into the ever-radiant world of Neverland. Hey, at least they didn't call it Underland.
Hello.
So yeah, Smee's getting roped into their bits here and there. And yeah, like Pedro said the first time we watched this, you know, the bits between Hook and Smee actually are reminiscent of how Hook and Smee later go on to be.
Get it.
Okay. That bit's actually funny, considering their relationship to come.
Like the best part of Hook, to me, was Dustin Hoffman as Hook and Bob Hoskins as Smee. Like their interactions, like that scene with them on the boat where Hook tries to commit suicide. That scene is hilarious.
This is exactly why I feel like this movie is trying to be a prequel to Hook in a lot of ways, because it matches up with a lot of the schematics here and there.
Don't you dare try to stop me, Dwebs. Don't you dare Dwebs, try to stop me. Dwebs, come here and stop me. That's not a joke! I'm about to commit suicide!
So, folks, if this movie wasn't enough for ripoff of Treasure Planet, now we have Skyports where the flying ships are more too.
Well, Jeff, there's plenty. Like I haven't seen Treasure Planet, but I know one thing.
Oh, you should, Dave.
I know one thing this film has in common with Treasure Planet.
What?
No one saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch! Too soon. But he's right. Also, again,
one of those was a bad thing.
Yeah.
Well, Disney shouldn't have put it against Harry Potter, should they?
Let's reserve that for when we'll get to that for now.
So, yeah, again, also, it's a
rip-off of Treasure Planet. Last time the Treasure Planet was against Harry Potter, which was a Warner Brothers film. This is a Warner Brothers film. Maybe they wanted to find out, maybe Warner Brothers wanted to find out what would happen if they made a little film like Treasure Planet.
And just that, again, think about this for a second.
Indiana Jones.
Peter Pan, the myth of Peter Pan has been reconverted into basically a mining operation that the pirates are having on a pretty much national scale, complete with contraptions and gears, only to smuggle pixie dust, which will learn later on what its use is for.
And also, this is actually international scale, believe it or not.
There's Jumping the Shark, and then there's this.
There's this bit from Peter.
Get it, guys? Our pure Peter Pan is afraid of heights.
Irony, ha ha ha.
Oh, goody! This plan.
It's like that's almost as bad as the whole "I hate tombs" thing in the 2014.
Now, what is our brave hero Peter going to do with that?
He's gonna whack the metal rope, or he could just.
It's not a traditional rope. Yeah, according to Frozen 2010, those things are razor sharp.
There we go.
Complete with a sound effect.
And who exactly thought I couldn't defeat the Pan? Who here in this commentary group thought that I couldn't do it?
Yeah.
It was you. It was you, wasn't it, Jova? You thought that I couldn't take down Pan. You thought, didn't you? The boombox.
Oh,
yeah. Not the boombox.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of screaming in this film. This film might as well just been called. Oh!
You know what's funny is actually that pirate in Hook was actually played by a woman.
Yeah.
God, I forget who was it. Anyway, we're gonna commandeer a ship
called the Ranger.
Yeah. Commandeer. We're gonna commandeer that ship. Nautical term.
So, how do you pilot one of these in air?
Like a plane.
Well, Teo, you saw Treasure Planet. You should know this.
I can sci-fi justification. This is just straight up magic.
I love how he's just moaning about. I worked really hard setting up the table.
Unfortunately, Teo, because Unfortunately, neither Jax nor Kazara are in here, so you can't.
What? You mean to tell me that the prophesized boy, who totally was not the boy from the prophecy, actually managed to break out? Why didn't I kill him?
I suppose it makes me kind of stupid that way, but I know in no way my buffoonery and incompetence would be my downfall.
No, I played Assassin's Creed 4. You're supposed to ram into it.
Do a barrel roll!
Which it does. It's not even a barrel roll.
Ooh.
That
fire our cannons.
also golden veils.
Make it so, number one.
Oh, they are firing the cannons.
How is nothing else falling off that ship yet?
No idea.
Because
Topical.
Kick the wheel!
We
And just about made it.
barely made it.
Oh,
Get it, Looney
wait,
Tunes.
how did a wood ship pierce through a stone wall?
Cartoon logic, I guess.
James, stop this crazy thing!
is it James Hook or Joss Hook? I forgot.
James.
Why?
James Hook. Yeah, okay.
That's right, Peter doesn't want to leave Neverland.
Well,
Well, it's
gonna
not like
leave
they can
Neverland.
go anywhere at this moment.
Oh, they could have. Well, if the ship
Do
wasn't
they
spiraling
not?
out of control. Here's the
Well,
thing.
Peter doesn't. Hook does.
Here's the thing. Peter doesn't want to leave because Blackbeard, in his ever-living wisdom, let him know that the savages might know something about his mother.
Oh, here we go.
Savages.
This basically the fairy Pixum fairy dust in this movie doesn't make you fly, but
Xehanort?
Hook somehow sorry, Blackbeard somehow managed to age 60 years in a few minutes.
I'm sorry, what's
course.
Xehanort doing here? And smoking...
Smoking fairy dust makes you rejuvenates you.
This is it, folks. The point of no return. Pixie dust does not make you fly, but like
another
Troy
one of-
said, it makes you
another-
high.
Another one of his great line deliveries.
Jesus.
Yes.
You know what's sad?
Wow.
There's-
I love how the movie is continuing, like saying, yeah, folks, you just saw pixie dust. You know, the things that kids love to think would make them fly, but used as a drug.
What's that, Pager?
You know what's sad? Like the fact that these filmmakers managed to get better use of Hugh Jackman than fucking Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah.
Well, it
I'm
was
sure
barely.
children watching this would have had a lot of questions for their parents.
Yeah.
Mommy, what exactly was Blackbeard doing with that pixie dust?
Well, you see, son, I've heard that apparently it's fine to show for kids to be confused in film so that they can ask questions. So I figured
shit.
this would be the perfect one for it.
Peter fibbed means lying, you moron.
I guess because his life back home sucked, and again because Blackbeard told him that the savages knew about his mother.
Savages,
Like, you literally
savages.
gave that kid the keys to defeating you.
Oh, a map, how convenient.
Don't you get it, Jova? Peter is the key.
He literally is, actually.
Not just that, now that I think about it, like, we're spending so much time trying for this to be an origin story, yet we still don't know basically how and why Neverland came to be, nor how Blackbeard managed to found it and everything.
Screw that noise. We're just doing this for Peter Pan and Captain Hook.
Like, it would have been so easy to fix with just a beginning narration, with one of those silhouette drawing things.
The problem with a lot of things whenever we're talking about the origins of Neverland is like, well, Neverland was one of the things that J.M. Barrie never ever specified how that came to be.
Despite everything, the original book of Peter Pan was relatively simple when you were thinking about it.
when it
Again,
comes to
it was
Neverland-
supposed to be a metaphor for escapism and how it affects children in disadvantaged conditions.
Yeah. So there are a lot of shows and whatnot that like to have different versions of how Neverland came to be. Most often just have it be a land that's literally
Also, they
inside
have
the star.
spotlights on that fucking ship. Whatever.
Also, do another example of why the bad guys in this movie are complete idiots.
Go ahead.
Well,
they've been searching for where the tribe is, trying to locate where they're coming from. But as we say later on in this film, how anyone could miss where they are is beyond me.
Because it were under our noses all the time.
Tio, that would be even better compared to what's actually going to be the revolution. Oh no!
Oh boy, here we go.
Hold on, guys. We haven't properly
Hold
seen.
on to your butts.
So, Shirai, wouldn't you say this is a
She's
gorgeous?
burped, thankfully.
Bird.
Of course.
I hope she doesn't. I hope she doesn't miss. You know what?
Ha 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 ha.
I don't know. It looks a bit.
CGI'd.
Again, I've got no problem with CGI. It's just, well, this film doesn't use it very well.
That's one thing about this movie. This movie is very creative, for better or for worse. Sometimes it works out, other times it doesn't. Obviously, the interim result was not successful, to say the least.
Yeah.
I mean, Hook does have a point here. Like, your mother literally left you on the doorstep of an orphanage with a note, swearing up and down that she supposedly meant the best for you, and yet, maybe you should wonder why she left you.
Boy, here we go.
The heartfelt scenes. Oh.
Feather. Yeah, that's the true villain of the film, the Feather. Oh boy.
Ah.
Ladies and
Jesus
gentlemen,
Christ.
the Neverbirds.
Suddenly we're in King Peter Jackson's King Kong.
No. That CGI is at least good. This is awful.
Yeah, because
debatable.
they're trying to be clearly cartoonish.
I thought the CGI in King Kong was also terrible, honestly.
Yeah, but Pedro, at least that had an excuse. That was 2005. This is 2015.
Not just that, like there's skeleton birds.
Yeah,
Neverbirds.
I mean, yeah. The quality is the CGI is terrible, but the designs off.
Also,
And now
what
we're in the edge of the cosmos. Smee!
No, not Smee. He was
Alas, poor me, we hardly knew we.
Smee is totally gonna die.
Totally.
Peter.
Are we suddenly in Wonderland? Because that was a Wonderland shot.
I don't even know where is what.
Guess Joe Wright got his fairy tales mixed up.
It's funny because this movie takes a lot of inspirations from Indiana Jones, Treasure Planet, and now Wonderland.
Silly me for thinking this movie would take inspiration from Peter Pan.
Perry should have fought.
Oh, go on, I'm about to get my clutch attack for...
We just saw killing.
It is the issue I was
Tiger
talking
Lily.
about.
Well, Teo,
Tiger Lily is played by Rooney Mara in this.
Oh,
great. Well, Teo, considering
Basically, the Maras had terrible luck in 2015. Her sister Kate was in Vamp 4 Stick earlier in the year.
Also,
Which also
this
had a
caused a
racial
lot of
controversy.
controversy, but go ahead, Peter, in the meantime.
Well, considering we have a Dragon Ball movie with airbending, I guess anything's possible at this point.
So Hook is now going to try and make nice with the quote-unquote savages.
Hook trying diplomacy. Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of a bit of an issue here because, usually the disconnect between settlers and natives is, the difference of their looks. Here, they're literally the same skin color. What's the discrimination? Oh, silly me, I forgot. Joe Wright's gonna overcompensate. Like, okay, I said this before and I'll say this again. I do believe he had good intentions despite the controversy. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, you thought the pirates were international, the natives have them beat. Let's see, we've got here blacks, Italians, Portuguese, Brazilian, Mexicans, Japanese, Chinese. Like, the list goes on and on. What is this? Like, okay, with the pirates, it made sense that they're international. Blackbeard went on a tirade saying that they stole pirates from all over.
At least it's not as racist as the
Well,
Disney
that's
movie was.
that's the logic
in
we're
this.
applying, Pedro. We're not racist because we're literally throwing everything into the mix.
Yeah, I was going to
Why
say
not just
earlier.
get actual Native Americans like the 2003 Peter Pan film did? Like, why is it so hard for Hollywood to think, hey, maybe we should actually look for Native Americans that can act?
What
How
makes
did-
the,
how
what
did-
makes the
how
red
did
man
the-
red?
How did the pirates not see these people?
Like, seriously, they're practically flashing off a neon sign. We are here. Like, look at how they dress.
Yeah, they're dressed in pastels. I bet even like someone who's colorblind can see them.
Also, Jova.
Also,
don't you
we're
know,
doing
it
that
doesn't-
scene. We're doing that scene from Return of a Jedi where C-3PO gets to show his powers on the Ewoks.
You were saying,
Yeah.
Shirai?
Yeah, I mean, remember, Jova, I mean, it's supposed to be the best actor who gets the role. Forget, actually hiring people who would actually know a thing or two who could also act. Nah, because that just can't work.
Yeah,
That
in
is
fact,
that.
why not we just get Kathy Bates and dress her up like a minstrel show while we're at it?
Jonah? Oh boy, that's
exactly what
that's
happened in
something
North.
else.
So now,
Okay.
guys, you
Well,
like Hook? We're about to
it's
get a
probably-
reference to that.
It's probably because I watched too much Avatar Last Airbender. I just wish there was this movie's version of Rufio somewhere.
Yeah, we get a trampoline.
We're
fight.
actually about to get that right now here. A fight between Hook and him, which is, honestly, I'd say a fight to the death, but it looks more like a fight of who can stay on the trampoline the best.
Yeah.
At least we know
What Smee says.
It's like that asshole sibling who keeps jumping on the trampoline when you've fallen.
Yes.
No one cares about your darn mother.
That's the tagline of the movie.
Yeah, Pan. No one cares about your darn mother. Okay, actually, I'm sorry. I've got to find a clean poster of Pan tagline.
Go
Ladies
ahead.
and gentlemen,
I'll do the thumbnail for that. if you
Ladies
want.
and gentlemen, our future villain, Captain Hook, who is later going to be the scourge of Neverland, causing everyone to fear him, getting beaten up in a trampoline fight. To the death, mind you.
That's cheating.
I guess that was within the rules.
Also, you just broke his spine.
Also, she seems amused by this.
That thing.
Oh, excuse me.
What?
Sorry, I just hiccuped.
You what, mate?
And we got an Aboriginal. So apparently, an Aboriginal Australian fathered a, procreated a white girl.
Wee.
What?
Oh god, that was a terrible
Oh.
effect.
All the effects in this film.
That was especially
No movie. That romance is taboo for several good reasons. Let's not go there.
Wee.
Okay, let's go for Kid 2 now.
Hello.
Wait a minute.
He has a very specifically shaped necklace. We should spare him.
That's so stupid. Yeah, I'm with Hook on this one.
Ugh.
But hey, let's solve that problem at least.
So, by that logic, guys, I know that this may seem suspect, but I saw a guy with the exact same hairdo as Michael Jackson. Clearly, this means he is Michael Jackson and hiding and not dead.
Don't you mean Elvis Presley, Joe, at this point?
Yeah, so apparently they deliver exposition by the memory tree.
And now
Boy,
we're
Tim
in a
Burton must have had a ball helping out with
To be
this
fair,
movie.
this effect is neat.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a
it
stop
is.
motion, so
Uh-huh. That's right.
Oh.
Well, jealous rage, she was kind of cheating on him if apparently she was his love.
Pretty much. You stole the wife of a pirate.
So yeah, apparently in this universe, when a fairy becomes human, they live for only one. They die after a day.
So apparently the fairy prince, who, let me remind you, was next in line for the throne, so yeah, his death kind of threw the fairy hierarchy out of control. Basically, he stayed in human form for 24 hours to sneak Mary out. Not like he could have done anything as a human, but whatever.
So basically, he did that all just to get laid.
Yep, and Peter is officially a half fairy, half human. God, that sounds stupid when I say it
That
out loud.
sounds very Gary Stewish.
Like, and that's apparently the reason Peter can fly. Except no, because he still can't fly properly.
Not just that, they kind of throw it as a throwaway line, but I guess being half a fairy means that's the reason he will not age.
This is stupid, though, considering how sequel stories kind of need somebody else to be able to fly, considering several scenes.
And the pixie dust clearly does not have that effect. Also, that accent. That's a southern accent in the hands of a Native American.
No, he's apparently an Aboriginal Australian.
So what's
Still.
next? So what's next? Peter's father was named Joseph? I mean, they literally have a line where Hook says to him, "You're their messiah."
Also, did that guy get an electric shock or something?
He only
I
gets
can't
3
imagine
days.
there being hair gel around here.
Oh, so now, so only now you're doubting the kid. So now the necklace isn't enough, but it was back then.
Semantics, Jova.
I mean, sure, I guess you could argue they want more proof, but that was my point from the get-go. Why do you tell this kid everything so now he knows how he can try and fake it? Seriously,
No.
people have an issue telling this kid information that he should not know just yet, because it kind of makes things too easy for him.
Movie? Did you just stop for a second? Okay.
apparently, yeah.
Aww, buddy.
There are a lot of weird pauses throughout this entire movie, actually.
Yeah.
You can
Especially
tell.
in conversation.
You can tell this movie's trying to be one of those feel-good movies that truly feels realistic with its pauses, because that happens in real life. Well, just because
Oh, to
something
be
happens
fair,
in
Joe,
real life.
If you're careless, you get the opposite extreme of a situation where the movie never stops and never shuts up.
Oh, goody, another pop song.
From Lily Allen. Oh boy.
Why?
Okay, I don't really like Lily Allen, and that's a negative enough. But
My guess is like, well, they probably took songs that thought, hey, we can make these songs better.
Oh, God, that.
no,
Right.
apparently this was an original song made for the movie.
Oh. So basically, Peter has 3 days to fly. If he doesn't, they kill him. No questions
Where
asked.
did I heard that before?
So
Like
he's
the
gonna
tip.
throw himself off the edge of a cliff.
Basically, Peter, if you fuck up, you're dead.
Hey, look at that,
Yeah,
Tiger
either
Lily.
this
You
fall
actually
or kill
don't.
you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, crap.
Well, look at that, Tiger Lily. You actually don't look that much stupid without your hair ornament.
Yeah, you just look like someone who doesn't look like a native at all.
And, yeah, not just that, Jova. Again, it's those ornaments don't remind me of any particular tribe.
That's an issue. I mean, I get the feeling Joe Wright is trying to go, it's a made-up one as opposed to being Native Americans, and that feels, okay, I get the idea and it's creative, but it's also kind of cowardly. Again, Peter Pan 2003 actually hired Native Americans for the roles. Why not just do that?
Too much work.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the part where Hook becomes one of the better characters in the movie, and by that I mean the characters who questions things. No, it is not nearly as cool as you're making it out to be.
Yeah.
He was born literally by a fairy who was horny. I mean, I know they said that fairy released Mary, but they literally introduced her as Blackbeard's love. That kind of implies he cheated on her. I mean, she cheated on him.
Ah. Hello.
Yeah, Smee's gone for a walk for some reason.
I guess he wanted to take a leak.
Yep.
Oh, I guess he just wanted to take something else. Ooh. Yeah.
That's classic Smee.
Wah, wah.
So is Smee in character at least?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, when Hook and Smee are interacting, they're definitely in character. And you know, again, when it comes to Hook, I guess this is before he
The
becomes
boy
Peter's
is in
worst
this
enemy.
general perimeter.
Yeah. That's actually smart on Smee's part. If he tells them right away, they'll just kill him.
Okay.
You know, in hindsight, maybe forcing a kid to do all this and threatening to kill him may not have been our best move. I needed a whole night to think about
Not
that.
just that, have you noticed that with each progressive shot, Tiger Lily becomes less and less of anything more like a generic person?
Speaking of which, let's cultivate a generic romance between
Yeah.
Hook and Tiger
Yes.
Lily.
Hook and Tiger Lily are in love.
That,
Okay.
again, that's fan fiction tier.
Not only
Yeah.
that, Tiger Lily is normally, you know, a lot younger than this. So let's imagine you're watching the Disney version and thinking,
They
yep,
literally aged her up for this.
They remind her that, well, at least for the original tale, Hook tried to drown her.
yeah.
So this is a crack ship.
Actually, I'm trying to
Totally.
remember. Were the natives even that involved in the original book, actually?
A
Because-
bit. Again, simpler times for writing certain things, Jova.
But yeah, basically one thing that's gotten incorporated into a lot of newer adaptations is the scene at Skull Rock where Captain Hook tries to drown her. And now apparently they were lovers.
The only
Reminder that-
adaptation I'm familiar with is, of course, the original Disney movie.
Well, the
Again,
Disney
Jova,
version
this
close
is
enough to- yeah.
this is again the movie totally attempting to wink at the camera and say, "Hey, you know this thing? You know, look at how we're doing it different," or winking at it.
There's a problem here, but they're going to end this movie definitely a couple and practically consummating the romance, and even worse, again, somehow they're going to go from being lovers to worst enemies. Now, I know, maybe they're trying to foreshadow that by, oh, Mary turned on the pirates who she was once a part of, but I'm sorry, there's a different connotation there.
Oh, that's a bad guy. It's a boomerang idiot. Well,
Nope.
poor Total
Oh,
Beast.
I just set myself up for that now, didn't I?
Yes, and now you're on boy, okay. Here's another thing that
Oh, goody.
that this film does that's a bit odd. It takes a it takes a cue from another Warner Brothers IP, Steven Universe.
Also, who here likes Metal Gear?
Me.
Me?
Good, because
Anyone.
guess what? The natives, when they die, they don't simply die, they explode into Pixum?
Colored.
Well, it
Exploded
depends.
to dust.
Well, is it gonna be
I
like in
don't
the
even
Metal Gear series where
know.
we get to see Snake walking while in the back while he walks away, the enemies explode? Because that would be cool.
I don't even know what they're trying to portray here. Like, we're trying to making kid-friendly death, making like a metaphor about how kids perceive death or something?
Well,
I
no,
don't
because
know.
the bad guys die the traditional way. Like that guy got hit with the boomerang. He keeled over.
Oh, fuck.
God,
It doesn't
these
happen when
pirates.
we don't get an establishment of how the native actually came into Neverland.
So
Like,
what? Are
so
they like...
up until this movie, my personal canon was when Neverland was simply a piece of the earth that simply levitated and went away. The natives were a bit there, and there was a galleon on the coast nearby. That was literally it.
That's what a lot of adaptations do, or rather, somehow they got there one way or another, but yeah. Although, apparently here the natives may be so in tune with nature that they explode into pixie dust or whatever that powered stuff is. Oh.
Shenanigans.
Da 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 da.
Yeah, yeah, what
Seriously,
can I
that was
say?
an
You're
Indiana
welcome.
Jones shot.
Jeez.
Well, crap, I can't kill him yet. He's too important to the plot. Wow, God, that ship. Okay, they did it. They made a ship that will mug at the camera.
Well. If it isn't the contra... Yeah, Bishop.
Ow.
Thank you.
Now, gentlemen, where is Tiger Lily?
She's right here.
No, I meant Tiger Lily. You know, an actual Native American. Where is she?
Well, you see, that Tiger Lily's already had plenty of racist controversy, so we thought we'd try and avoid that.
Oh, for God's sakes, Joe Wright, are we really seriously doing this?
But sir, you do realise that every single other version of the story, even the original, has been mired in some sort of racist controversy.
Except for the 2003 version with Jason Isaacs, you know, they just ponied up and had the actual.
I forgot,
motives.
Lips. Was this?
Oh,
was
wait, this line.
Oh. No.
Yeah. They are clearly trying to be the prequel to Hook with that line. Death is the greatest adventure.
Yeah.
I forgot. Who was the distribution company for Hook?
Can you guys hear me?
I think
Yes,
it was Universal,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Let me check.
Also, Dreams, I forgot. Was 2015 or 16 the one with the remake of The Magnificent Seven?
Actually, I think it was even before than that.
Dreams? Can you hear me?
I don't. No, we can hear you. Don't worry, too. It's not.
Oh, sorry.
So
just
And
that
now
it
we're
seems-
doing
plan.
Avatar.
It seems like it's Dwebs who can't speak to us for some reason.
So, what's Peter's magnificent plan here? Stir up. I mean, he's got a point, technically. Like, everyone else in your tribe is kind of... Oh, wait, no, they're there. What?
Please don't never do that again.
Huh. Well, that was crazy and stupid.
Yeah. Also, I swear this musical theme again is similar to the one in Hook.
It is, dear, it is.
No. Ting.
Oh, this bit coming up.
Yes, we can hear you, Dave.
Oh, thank God I got back just in time for this weird bit where Joe Wright once again shows off his directing.
Okay, time for another tone shift.
It's a pantomime.
Also, these colors.
This is starting to remind me of Wars of Virtue.
That's right. I've been with... And then I told him that I killed his mother. That's right. I was waiting for the best dickish time to mention that I left that part out of the story.
You can't read the book, can't you?
Yep.
Can't you?
Again with this shit.
Well, Teo, shit happens.
So, essentially, the natives were lying to him about taking him to his mother.
It was quite difficult to take any of that seriously with how cheesy that was.
Yeah.
Well,
Again,
considering the whole prequel to actually, hold on, the Jova. They're
Yes?
trying to be a prequel to Hook, but according to Hook,
no, it's a prequel to Peter Pan in general.
but as Jova put it very well, they even had one of the iconic lines from Hook earlier.
It's from a different studio, though.
It's like we're doing a pastiche of the general mythos.
Yeah.
If you're trying to somehow make this somehow kind of a connected to Hook spiritually, like, because Hook established that Peter Pan ran away as a baby. Don't ask me. I don't have. That's a whole can of worms that's reserved for that movie's commentary.
Perhaps they were just trying to reference it. Anyway, here's the iconic ever
Also,
argument scene.
Also, it's funny how Tiger Lily talks about being betrayed when she and her whole tribe were lying to a child.
Speaking of which, I think it's to be assumed that her tribe are now dead.
Well, they lied to a child and were being dicks about it for their own gain, so they deserve it.
Yeah, Peter raises a good point. Honestly, if anything, I side with Hook. I mean, sure, Hook lied a bit here and there, but Hook was doing it kind of to try and save both him and Peter. Like, I mean, sure, he was being selfish about it, but at the very least, he kind of had common sense on it, and he was at least trying to get something good out of it.
You're one to talk, Tiger Lily.
Yeah. In fact, if anything, Hook's been more honest with the kid than you.
Again, honor among thieves.
Well, okay, I'll give him that. Hook is also meant to be an honorable character, despite being the bad guy.
Oh, goody, now we're about to do the mermaids. We're checking every spot, haven't we?
Hey, we gotta establish that lore.
Oh.
You wouldn't want to put your hand
Get
in.
it! We're gonna mash it into your fucking brain.
You think that's bad, Tia? Wait till the scene when we actually get to the cave. Like, there's a literal tease.
Oh yeah, Spee's talking in third person now. I'll just go for me, Jackman too. Spee's talking of himself in the third person.
Hugh Jackman. Even in this movie, Hugh Jackman is a treasure.
Yeah.
But he's probably similar to Jeremy Irons in the D&D movie. He just knows that this is for a bad cause, so he's like not giving a shit.
Also, did Smee talk in third person in other versions?
Not that I
Depends on the
remember.
scenario, but that was more like a one-off joke there anyway. So, anyway, we're going to the mermaids who will keep us safe from the pirates.
So what they're doing now?
Peter is
Goodbye,
sad,
letter.
basically. Yeah.
Peter's getting rid of the note, I guess.
Yeah, the letter.
So it turns out even his mom lied to him. Always.
This film's full of liars and this film's full of liars and
A great
deceivers.
representation of Hollywood.
So it's a Peter Pan story.
I know, but that's mostly the bad guys doing it. Most of the lying and deceiving have been from the good guys.
Mm-hmm.
The hungry, hungry crocodile.
Yep. It's that crocodile.
I wonder if people are thinking, oh, is this where Hook's going to get his hand bitten off?
Fine, here's a better joke. So this is the Fincher movie.
Is that a crocodile or an alligator?
Crocodile.
Crocodile. Remember that line about what Robin Williams says in Jumanji.
I barely remember Jumanji, so...
Which Jumanji?
The first
The first one.
Don't blame you, though. But there was also a cartoon, believe it or not. But
I'll admit the sequel is a lot better.
yeah.
And that was the one people were dreading.
Also,
Yeah.
bye, Peter. I'm sure you're... Yeah, I'm totally
So
believing
Peter's the
Peter's
one
gonna
getting
die.
yanked down by the crocodile.
It's not even getting yanked by an arm or a leg, but by his trouser.
It's funny because Hook actually has his hand dipped into
Oh
the water.
boy,
trying
we're about
get
to
him.
do this.
Oh god! Hey guys, it's that actress who would later go on to be what's her name in Suicide Squad?
Enchantress.
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 Yeah, Enchantress.
Also, these are apparently electric eels instead of species.
They're mermaids who are all played by the same woman.
Yeah.
Also, I love how Hook even had his arm, you know, the one that normally gets cut off with a hook.
So we couldn't
the
hire
water.
more actresses to play as the mermaid, so have both be played by actually played by the same person. That's lazy as all hell.
It's supposed
Well,
to be
I'll
common.
say this though. At least they didn't risk with actually one of the mermaids kissing him to give him air.
I guess, yeah. But wait! I just realized too. Maybe
What?
these mermaids are the same three mermaids from Hook.
Totally.
You know, it's funny, really. When I got to this scene for the first time, I thought, oh, so this is where Hook loses his hand to the crocodile, and thus he kind of blames Peter for it because he tried to save him.
Jova, that
But
would
nope.
have been clever.
But Jova, we're saving that for the sequel.
Oh.
Okay, guys, now it's time for us to finally get the honesty of what happens. That's right. Of all the people who are the most honest, it's the mermaids. You're literally in the same water that has a killer crocodile in it, you know.
What happened to that crocodile, by the way?
It ran away like a pussy when the mermaids electrified it. Oh, so now I'm totally gonna show you the truth.
Oh no, this is gonna be like Fern Gully, isn't it?
And how do I show you the
So
truth? By
basically-
drowning you. Trust me.
Yeah, apparently the lake. Apparently the lake holds memories.
And this is
Man,
where the
I
movie
can-
starts to get contradictory.
Yeah, I can barely tell what's happening because of all the bubble effects.
Boy, I guess Amanda Seyfried's warming up for that sequel to Mamma Mia.
Why is that getting?
Wow. Really?
That looks like the cloud demon from Beyond Two Souls Navajo chapter.
It's like the rhino from freaking James and the Giant Peach.
So Mary
This is
and
very
Blackbeard
disorientating
class.
to look at.
Yes, why did you do that? It's rather a poorly established character trait, Mary.
Yes, and I'm gonna fight you to the death. And yet, for some reason, when I stab you, I'm going to express horror.
So, let me remind you, the movie has established Blackbeard as being cold and heartless, yet here the scene clearly shows that he did truly love her to the end.
Clearly fighting her to the death, and yet when he stabbed her and killed her, he was like, "No."
Contradictory writing is the key, I see.
Apparently.
Of course she'd be proud of you, Peter, and how you've kind of done jack squat in this movie, actually. Like, okay, I guess you could say he unlatched that car cable, which allowed Hook and Smee to commandeer the ship. He startled the Neverbirds, which I guess saved Hook and Tiger Lily inadvertently. And yeah, every other time I think he's had to have been rescued by someone else. How do you fix a flying ship and get it to fly?
Yeah, he's going to. He's going to flee.
Of course, Hook still wants to get the heck out of Dodge here, and can you really blame him?
Yeah, Garrett Edlund's trying to escape the movie.
Reminds you, what exactly is Blackbeard's evil plan? Like, what, he wants to use Pixum to, I guess, rather remain young. Well, of course Blackbeard would be stupid enough to just put you back in prison and not just kill you at this point with all the trouble you've caused.
Yeah. Come with me, please.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And now they're making him Han Solo.
Yeah, this is like freaking Star Wars. Han gets what he wants and he leaves, but then he comes back after a setback.
Oh, dude, he's totally not going to come back after all. He's Captain Hook.
The more I think about it, the less heroic Han seemed to be in that scene. He only went back because, there's nothing else for me to do.
So, let me get this straight. You can somehow fix a ship and get it to fly. Never mind a power source for why these things can fly.
Jova, they used power moves.
Maybe.
No shit.
So he's saying, I don't care if I'm the chosen one, but I am my mother's son. Isn't that kind of the same thing as a chosen one? I mean, you're literally a designated person who is the son of a specific person. I mean, I know you're saying you don't care for the prophecy and trying to act like you are going down that road, that stupid pretentious cliched road, but you kind of are.
Also, they apparently filmed some of the scenes like this in Thailand, I think.
Okay.
That sounds like music from Lion King.
Shane John Powell's doing the music for Lion King.
Mm-hmm. Again, this is a really great score, and I will admit, it does match the scenes properly. The problem is just how crazy the movie is. So, how do we prevent Blackbeard from finding, the treasure trove of Pixum that he wants? We're gonna go there.
I've seen this cliche so much in so many stories. And
Actually, no, it was in Vietnam, not Thailand.
So, Peter, your one duty as Chosen One is to prevent Blackbeard from finding this place.
Also, Blackbeard's hiding like he's in a frigging panto.
Again, they're using Looney Tunes logic. Because
boring stuff about the Great Fall. Well, fuck you.
This movie has to have been for something, otherwise I've just wasted a career.
The key to what?
You're wearing the key. Look at him, how exasperating.
Do I need to spell this out?
Yeah, he's like, ugh.
So, in this movie, that literally is called Peter the Messiah, has compared Peter to the Pan God, now has Peter being the key. You're probably wondering, how more unsettled can this get? Watch. So, you're telling me, Blackbeard, that this was all part of a convoluted plan. That's the reason... So, that's the reason Blackbeard was stupid and gave him all that information. It was totally part of the plan, guys.
Pretty convoluted since the beginning, but okay.
Bane got nothing on this.
I mean, yeah, the plan technically worked, but... Dude, also, you made a lot of risks there. That's good rejuvenation.
Dude needs to go to rehab.
Yeah.
Also, a bit of a continuity question I've got in this bit coming up.
Yes.
How the hell did they fit the pirate ship in the cave to get into here?
Yeah.
Teleportation.
Oh god, the ship is bugging at us again. It looks like neocortex there.
It's Hugh Jackman, don't question it.
Yep, literally leaving them to the equivalent of heaven. As if they couldn't make Peter Jesus enough.
Come on.
He's getting high off the dust in the air.
And speaking of fairies...
Goody.
Hey, Tinkerbell.
Yeah, Tinkerbell, she gets like 30 seconds in the movie.
That's right. It's not like Peter had any mutual understanding with Tinkerbell. It's just literally because he's part fairy, he can understand what she says.
You know, when the Legend of Spyro games tried to make an origin story for the relationship between Spyro and Sparks, they actually went through with it.
Not to mention, what is
despite how ridiculous it was.
What is even the point of this whole Peter Pan is half fairy thing? I mean, in the original story, the fairies could just talk. What's the point of adding this?
They're really trying to dedicate themselves to the lore that Peter is the spawn of a fairy.
Blackbeard? Are you sure it's not you?
So, okay, there you go,
the
guys.
Pirates have flamethrowers now.
So, there you go, guys. Pixum is officially crystal meth.
Not just that, where did you find the combustel that you used, you know?
And here's
last-
another thing, Blackbeard. I thought you wanted to harness Pixum, not destroy it. You
Yeah,
kill the fairies, and there
he
goes your
wants-
Pixum.
He wants to harness the Pixum, yet he's burning the fairies, and he wants to destroy the core that will kill all the fairies. But that will mean that your supply of Pixum is no longer infinite, meaning you're gonna die.
Before.
Meaning
Yeah,
you're gonna die.
Zod.
Meaning you're gonna die at some point, and that you will not live forever, like you said.
So now we have Superman plot reference. Why don't you kill him? I mean, there's literally no reason not to kill him. He tried garnering the fairies, but the fairies aren't helping. Why don't you just kill Peter?
How did you fit your ship here?
I'm Hook. I find a way.
He's hooked, don't you know?
Seriously though, Blackbeard, why couldn't you kill Panther? He said, I can't, but I really want to. Like, he's gotten you to where you need to go. He's pretty much expendable at this
Are
point.
we absolutely sure that he does want to kill him at this point?
Well, that's funny you mention that, sure. Considering how Blackbeard may have had feelings. Actually, yeah, it's confirmed he did have feelings for his mother, so maybe an actual interesting plot element could have been that the reason Blackbeard doesn't kill Peter is because he still sees his mother in him, and he truly did love his mother.
Hey guys,
That's a really screwy father-son relationship.
the reason why I went to see this film in the cinema is because I was literally thinking to myself when I was in town where the cinema is, I've got nothing else to do today. I'll just watch Pan.
And boy, were you in for a treat.
Yeah, me and the 9 other people that were in the cinema.
Marketing
How
of
did
this
they
movie.
react to it?
They were all like, they were all just still, they were sitting there. I don't think they were bored, but
Oh no, that's the last thing this movie is. It's certainly not boring. So now, for the final climactic fight scene with Blackbeard, we have...
I will give that. The more time I see it, the more I kind of growing to it, even though it's completely stupid and makes no sense.
So, of course, the final fight is with Tiger
And
Lily.
again, another nod to Hook with the
not Hook. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, Blackbeard.
Like, seriously, the final fight is between Tiger Lily and Blackbeard? Come on. I mean, look, I'm not saying that Tiger Lily shouldn't have moments to be awesome, by all means, but she's gonna do all this single-handedly on the ship. She's already fought off several guys. I mean, sure, Peter and Hook get to do their thing, but, you know, it's kind of like having a Peter Pan film and not having the final fight between Peter and Hook. It's kind of weird, but hey, whatevs.
I wonder if there are any other Peter Pan adaptations in the works.
Probably.
I don't know.
Wouldn't be surprised if Disney eventually has a live-action remake of it.
Probably.
Whoa!
Jesus.
You're sending that ship spiraling out of control! Also, why are we in the Fortress of Solitude?
Because Warner Bros.
In the same scene where Blackbeard demands that Peter deal to him like Zod.
Jova, I get it. It's the Injustice video game. In the background, you can see Superman and the Flash fighting each other over a 2D play.
Of course.
Well, actually, there is a live-action Peter Pan coming up from Disney,
Ah, there we go.
and it's from the guy who directed and co-wrote the remake of Pete's Dragon.
Huh.
Ah.
So,
That's great
good.
then.
yeah.
In that case, I'm looking forward to it then.
Also, blood.
Um,
Blood's in the movie.
Yeah, that face.
I know that it's cool to hate on Disney's live action remakes, but Maleficent aside, I've actually rather enjoyed them.
Same.
Come on, Peter, you have to fly.
I liked Cinderella.
Hmm. And despite being a bit too, probably the one that's the most copy pasted to the animated version, I still like some of the different details of the Beauty and the Beast one.
Just, please, Emma Watson, give her some singing lessons.
Not just that, like they should just
Again, they should have dubbed her over, I think.
Not just that, Shiroi. They should have just picked a different actress altogether. Don't get me wrong, I like Emma Watson, but we should have gotten somebody else, someone from Broadway. I mean, couldn't they get the Broadway actress or something?
The thing is, I don't know how many of you guys actually saw it in the cinema as well.
I did.
But the auto-tune was
Holy
very,
shit.
very prominent.
I realize it just now,
Yeah.
Pedro. This is the crystal cave of Sib the Scaleless.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess it is, yeah.
I
Can
know
we
there's
please
no
get
shortage
those
of
cursed
songs.
inflicting clamps?
Maybe.
Anyway, go ahead, Shiri.
And
I know there's
here...
no shortage of songs with auto-tune, but that one was actually quite painful.
Yeah.
Don't-
I would like to remind everybody that this movie started out in a British orphanage.
In
Yeah.
World War II.
Yeah, but those
And that
those
was the-
nannies gonna get repercussions.
Also,
for
that poor black guy.
Hey, Will Roy. You know, again, let me remind you folks. Remember when the craziest scene was that this was just the World War II plane chase with the ship? Little did we know they would find a way to go even more kookier. Okay, so he loses his hand. Oh no, I guess he does.
No.
How about no?
How about... Oh, well, okay. I guess that speeds it up even further.
Well, so hello.
Well, back to the Pixum, I guess.
You better start flying.
Enemy no.
Surround her! We actually have a numbers advantage! Let's remember to use it!
Sir, I don't think...
Has been a trailer shot.
Yep. Also, make sure not to leave your legs wide enough for a crotch kick.
We
Yeah, no.
totally
No.
no.
I mean, so what? Does...
Now his
wait,
powers decide to work.
so apparently he also has super strength, too. Somehow he can carry Hook just fine.
Sure, why not?
This is...
Please.
And that's where the crowing thing comes from.
Of course.
From Hook!
Again, this movie is an never-stopping barrage of winking at the camera.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I get that, prequels are meant to set up stuff, so of course we're going to have a lot of nods to future events here.
But this
But-
is obnoxious in doing that.
Also, little tip movie, actually know that you have your sequel actually guaranteed to you beforehand, because let's just say the way this movie ends, there's still going to be a lot of questions left unanswered. So now, apparently, part of the prophecy was that Peter would be the one to kill Blackbeard. Except, no, he's just going to lead the fairies. Because remember, Peter said, the prophecy is BS. I don't get destined by it. Even though he's kind of be destined by it.
Oh, no.
I hate Mondays.
Yes.
Same.
Me too.
Perfect that we're commentating this on a Monday. Okay. Comedy.
Ah!
Yep,
Jesus.
Peter just went freaking Super Saiyan, and now the fairies go rabbit on them.
This is the best Dragon Ball film, clearly.
Like, I mean, seriously. So, yeah, apparently the prophecy got things messed up because clearly the fairies could have done this with
See,
or
look,
without
he's
Peter.
even posed like freaking Jesus.
Oh, oh, wow, movie. You have surpassed the Wachowskis at their whole religious game.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Oh, I'm being overcome by overt symbolism. It's even more overt than Man of Steel.
But it's okay, Smee will get to survive!
I don't think so.
I guess that lifeboat can fly too, I hope.
Hopefully.
Well, not that it matters, this film didn't get a sequel.
Again. You're telling me the fairies could have done this all along, but no, they needed Peter to lead them.
Shit.
Get that? I'm throwing back your quote that you've been telling me all this time. God dang you, contrast and foreshadowing!
Again, this could have been solved so easily if he, like Joe said, if he just killed him in the mine.
Like, you know, okay, even if we believe that this is all part of his plan, he could have killed him before the action scene. But he said, no, but I can't. Like,
Oh yeah. Also the song he sings as he falls.
oh boy.
Hello. Hello.
Goodbye.
He sings Nirvana as he dies.
And thus let it be known that the devil's final words were that of a Nirvana hymn lyric. I'll later be revived a few years down the road.
Yes. I guess.
Right.
What the hell did I just watch? Is Hook probably thinking? Oh, goody. Hi, Amanda Seyfried. Now in fairy form.
Can you tell?
Yeah, I can barely see her.
I'm not even going to ask, how is this possible, Mom? How am I talking to you beyond the grave? Can fairies do this
How
stuff?
does
Like,
the
why have...
afterlife works?
And if the fairies can do this, why haven't they been doing this all along?
Because
Why wasn't I told I could do this?
Yeah, even though kind of the original idea with the Peter Pan story was that Neverland was a place to run away to, no, here it's officially his home.
This is going completely against whatever the original message was supposed to be.
And I'll always be in your hearts.
Now, if you
That's
excuse
encouraging.
me, I'm off.
Horrible, you horrible CGI monster.
Hi, Peter. Now, if you excuse me, I'm off to go show up that bitch Kristen Stewart, who's the real.
It's like a hand rubbing in your face and telling you if you like
I'm
it.
off to star in Ted 2.
You'll see me again, Peter, in IMDb. And natives? Oh wait, no, pirates. Are those natives?
They're natives.
I thought the pirates killed the rest of them. What are you doing here?
No, they took them hostage or something.
Yeah, that's the thing. Actually, now the pirates and natives no longer fight against each other because now
I'm sure this
Peter...
is gonna be permanent.
And now, look, both sides are firing fireworks off in
Oh
Neverland.
boy, we're back here.
Wait, this took place in an orphanage?
We were in the orphanage all along.
It was all a dream, guys.
No.
Oh.
Nah, no way, they didn't go for that.
Wouldn't
Okay.
you? Could you
Again,
imagine?
I have
though?
seen this movie, but it's been a while.
Imagine if they'd gone the North route and made everything a dream.
And now he's suddenly wearing the hat.
And then then it cuts to the top, still spinning and never stops spinning.
Also, I'm sorry to report, but nuns in the middle of night are supposed to say prayers and stay awake.
I guess some gotta sleep eventually. Although I guess she's a corrupt nun, so cause she's not a true
Again,
nun.
she's the cartoon character, so...
Alright, everyone, just as I told you to do.
I don't need one.
By the way, nobody accidentally let go, or you may fall to your doom.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
See ya, by the way, I've called the police.
What,
Yeah,
is she a dog now?
hey,
Oh boy,
Tiger.
we're about to get the final rubbing in your face.
What are you even wearing, Tiger Lily? native and pirate working together, and the romance between Tiger Hook and Tiger Lily. Oh god, so that means Tiger Hook is now officially a ship in this canon.
Uh,
The crack ship is canon. This is not okay.
no. Of all the crab ships to canonize.
Those smiles. Ugh.
Look how happy we are. We're so gonna get a sequel.
No. And thank God for me. Hold on, we're about to get it. Here we go.
Oh, now you're the chosen
Hold on,
one.
hold on. Hold on, no,
You're the
actually,
chosen
we're about to get the best line. Hold on.
Yes.
Not this, thank goodness.
It's coming. And nobody in
Of all
Britain hears
things
this?
to end it.
Or sees this from it looks like.
Even though they saw it the first time!
So this is how the Lost Children actually.
And the Johnny Watcher. Oh, here's the line
Hold on,
coming
here we
up.
go. Done.
Ah.
The film, the film bombed, so that's a start.
And I kid you
don't
not,
think
folks,
so. Goodbye.
that's
That
how the
hurts.
movie
That hurt
ends.
me.
Yep, that's the end.
So, yeah, guys, that's all the movie you need to know. I mean, that's totally the prequel to Pan. Like, you know, Peter and Hook became friends. What could possibly go wrong? Hook and Tiger Lily became lovers. What could possibly go wrong? The pirates and natives are actually together. What could possibly go wrong? Yes, based on the
Everything.
canon introduced by J.M. Barrie. I'm sure J.M. Barrie really loves watching this from the grave.
Okay, final thoughts then, because there's
Can I
no
go
after credit
first?
scene. Go
Sure.
ahead, please.
Sure.
This film is absolutely mental.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's crazy from minute one, and I really love it. I really enjoyed it. It was actually one of my favourite experiences at a cinema.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at the end of the day, it is still a crap movie,
Yeah.
and justifiably, no one went to see it, so we're not going to get a sequel to it. And that's saying something, considering Warner Brothers usually sticks by their franchises through thick and thin, even if they are poorly received, but not this one.
Well, considering they have also the DC extended universe to work on, I guess they
Yeah,
prioritized.
Not to
That's what
mention
baffles-
this was
that's
a
what
big
baffles
box
me.
office bomb.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that's what baffles me. One of us already had enough on their plate with the DC universe, and they're trying to launch this.
It was a valiant effort, but alas.
It failed.
Oh yes, and Amanda Seyfried. I'm sure she's gonna love putting this on her resume next to Mamma Mia
Yeah.
too.
Amanda Seyfried, who was in the film for like 10 minutes.
You know, even CGI Amanda Seyfried is cuter than Kristen Stewart, I'm gonna be honest.
Alright, I'm done.
Sure,
Can I
you
go
go
next?
next.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh no, Tio.
go on, Tia.
This is a bad fan fiction. Like, like,
That's why
but
it's
I would,
good.
but I would
Yeah.
lie if I say I didn't enjoy it somehow.
I
This
know.
is a weird beast overall. Like, it's bad, and I haven't been short of noticing the flaws. And that rubbing in your face is, you know, very annoying. But it's entertaining. I feel bad for the people who actually spent money watching this, but it's perfect. It's the perfect thing to watch if you want to get drunk and you're with friends on nights, because there's just something really entertaining in the stupidity of this movie. So
Yeah.
it's still bad. Like you said, it's still a bad movie at the end of the day, but it's entertaining. So I guess there is that. I guess I will watch this over Batman v Superman, for example.
Oh, absolutely.
You probably don't need booze to sit through this, though.
No.
Why not? I
I
mean, part of the
didn't.
cast is already high.
All right, then next.
Sure, Roy, you go next.
Sure. Aging up characters, crack shipping, smoking pixie dust, pop songs. Not to mention what they did with the natives. This was a ride. This was a fun time. I I like I do like this movie. It is terrible, yes, but I do enjoy this a lot. It's, yeah, this is something I probably would have liked to have seen in the cinema, actually, but
yeah, it was quite an experience.
So, yeah, that's really it, honestly.
All right then, Pedro.
Basically what Shiro said, like, what the fuck was this thing? Like, practically every decision, it was the insane one. Like, anyway, yeah, like, the acting is over the top, the plot is nonsensical, the characters are bafflingly in the way they're characterized, and the constant wink at the audience is just weird. But yeah, like, but yeah, it's a ton of fun, definitely, because of how insane it is. Definitely.
Agreed.
That's about it. I don't really have anything else to add.
All right, then. That leaves me then. Yes, when I saw this in the theater, I was in one of the theaters that actually had more than 10 people in it, since this was kind of around the opening weekend. I honest to goodness thought that this was a Disney movie going off of it, but no, it's a one of us again. Oh my god. You know, I'm almost sad that they did not make a sequel to this because, okay, let me put it like this. If this movie were not trying to be an origin to Peter Pan, this probably would have been received a lot better. Like, okay, pretend that this is not connected to Peter Pan. You essentially have a wild, crazy trip about pirates who kidnap boys from their beds, dressed up like ninjas and pirates and clowns as well. A Blackbeard done by Hugh Jackman.
I forgot about this.
Yeah, who sings and everything, can do acrobatics and all that jazz, and smokes a mystical, magical substance that keeps him young, but also makes him high. A boy who is essentially Jesus. A Native American who is clearly not a Native American. She's kind of just masquerading as one. And an international what-the-heck hodgepodge of natives who are supposedly all related. Mixed in with mystical fairies. Yeah, again.
The whole prophecy thing.
Again, this thing feels like a parody of Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly do have to wonder if this was originally written as a parody before it got put away in the black box and then brought back from the dead without them knowing of the original context in mind for it, because this feels way too aware of its own failings to be anything about that. And yeah, like I said, I do think that there's an genuine effort with this. Sure, some of the effects don't work, but for the most part, they do. And the music here works for every scene, and I really do love the soundtrack for it. The acting, well, folks, the actors do their best. They do as best as the script will allow them to. And what a script we have here. The Rejuvenation. Think happy thoughts. Or, no, I don't consider myself a queen, but pleased to make your acquaintance. Punch.
Cease to talk of himself in the third person, or me will be a non-person.
Yeah. It's like, again, there's clearly effort put in here. It's like, well, if this didn't try to be tailored to Peter Pan, or at the very least was, more aware and, more true with the fact that it's clearly a bonkers version, I feel they could have made a funny franchise out of this, and I would have loved to have seen what more Joe Wright had in mind, because, okay, if this is Peter and Hook becoming friends, what could have possibly have made them enemies? And also make Hook turn on Tiger Lily? Or, God forbid, what if he ended up having Hook and Tiger Lily have a kid themselves to mirror Marion, her fairy husband, her fairy baby daddy, whatever?
Apparently, they shot scenes with Wendy, but they cut them from the final film.
I don't even know how would have that fit in. Anyway.
And apparently, apparently the first choice for Blackbeard was Javier Bardem, aka the main villain of Skyfall.
Huh, how about that?
Alright then.
So, yes, folks, we leave you to hear the rest of this ever-charming singing of this glorious, glorious train wreck. It's a big one, but oh boy, folks, enjoy it for what you can, especially since now you don't have to pay the high price of movie admission. Just share this treasure with the world. Show it. Keep it as a reminder of what not to do, but also as a reminder of how fun it can be.
Alright, see ya.
See ya.
See you next time.
See ya.